can I gotta change that. Good morning, everybody. This is Don Blomdahl, Hall of Fame veteran, sports cards and collectibles, coming to you live from Arlington, Washington. How's everybody doing today? Looks like so far we got at least one person that jumped into the stream here. Again, this is my new video series going over the history of Topps baseball cards. And pretty much last week's introduction was a capsulation of through the years in just short format. Now we're going to go in depth into this new video series. When I hit my 2-minute preview at 10:28, I will turn the camera around. You'll see what we have in front of us. Just kind of give you a little sneak peek and a little intro of what I will be doing. I will be going through all the years. Clayton Addison's in here. Lefty Luke's channel. How you doing? Clayton subbed. Clayton subbed? Oh, did you find out about my channel from Clayton? All right. I got Joel W. Cards in here too. All right. Lefty Luke's. Hi, everyone. Dearman's in here. There we go. My favorite young YouTuber. Dearman's in the channel right now. So that is cool. I'm getting a whole bunch of people showing up. We got 6 people in the stream so far, jumping in from my early preview for the channel. So this is just where I do my introduction, get into what we're going to be doing today. Of course, the Aranya boys are here. I see that little wave emoji there. I'll give you a little wave out there to the Aranya boys. Can I be a mod one day? Just don't keep asking me there, Dearman, and one of these days I might just surprise you, okay? But if you keep asking, I don't like persistence and just bugging the YouTube channel head guy. But yes, I like to surprise people, and when they least expect it, and then they text and send a message in the chat room, and all of a sudden they realize they're a wrench, that they have a wrench. So we'll see there, Dearman. I might just make you one of these days, okay? Why don't we just hang out and become closer friends and stuff? I did not get my mail yet today. Nothing showed up. But unlike yesterday there, Dearman, sorry, I won't be able to go out and check because I do have an appointment after I finish my live stream this morning. So I do have to be somewhere just before noon. So we can't go too much over my allotted time today because of what I got going on. I see that little fist bump and that little wave from Aranya boys. All right. So I like that. Geo instead of Joel. Little typos there. I have a hard time sometimes when I touch my keyboard on my phone when I do that too. But so we're going to get into in just a couple of minutes here what we're here for today, and that's going over the history of Topps baseball cards. So we will do a little bit more of an intro out of the book that I received for those that watched that 2 weeks ago, I believe. 2 weeks ago. Or maybe it was last week. But let's see. What I won a giveaway from Kids and Cards Break. Oh, okay. Did you post up a new video there, Dearman? That's good. Oh, you won that? Joel W. cards. Oh, okay. Is this Joel and Becky? Is this Joel? Joel W. cards? All right. So when Becky's on, she's on, and then when Joel's on, he's on. Or when it says Joel and Becky's, or did you change both handles for your channels? Does that mean Becky's gonna sub to me too, so I get 2 subs out of you guys? Yep. That is so cool. All right. Appreciate that. Yeah, I think I'm over 450 subs now. making the climb up to the 555 subs I'm trying to get to. But we've got, looks like, about 2 more minutes just before the preview here. We can sit here and chat for a little bit. But, oh, I do have one fan mail package. I do have one family mail call package. And I'll put it right here real quick. It's from Ethan Lamb, Ethan's Elvis Covers and More, from his channel. I was there and pretty much got... I won one of 7-day giveaway they're doing for 100 subscribers. They're not sending till the weekend. Oh, that's cool. You won another prize there, Dearman. Keep going. So yeah, so we'll open this after we do our regular stream for the day. I always open up any family mail call packages. So I did get this from Ethan. It was in yesterday's mail, but it wasn't yours, Dearman, so that's why I didn't shout it out yesterday. But for Ethan's Elvis Covers and More, I'm going to open up his package I sent. I think it's a couple of auction cards I got from my PC, but we'll see what he sent in there. Sometimes he'll send something extra. Me and him kind of send each other cards, what he collects and what I collect. So let me set this over here. I might forget it at the end of the stream here. So we got 1028 here. I'm going to go ahead and flip the camera around so you can see a quick introduction of what we're doing. You'll see I'll have something on the screen as soon as I turn the camera around. There we go. So you can see right up here, and right under here. It's probably a little hard to see at this angle, but I don't want to adjust it. I got it set up just right, so when I need to open up and turn the pages, 1951 to 1985 is going to be our first installment into the history of Topps baseball cards. The history of Topps baseball cards. So when we open this up here to the very first, inside the cover here, you can see the different baseball cards that they got strewn about here. I can go over some of them here. You got Lou Brock here. You got Kent Tecove. You got Hank Aaron right here. You got Ed Matthews, Hall of Famer. Babe Ruth. Hits his 60th home run. We got another Willie Mays up here. We got a Mickey Mantle card right there. Raleigh Fingers. So there are just a bunch of cards up there. Rudy May. So just to name a few that I see on the front here. Another Willie Mays over here. American League champions down over here. But yeah, so it does have a whole bunch of neat stuff there. And so we're almost 1 minute into going into our main stream here. Then of course you got up here the complete picture collection of Topps baseball cards, a 35-year history. That's what's right up here in the corner. And so we'll get ready to turn over here. I'll do one more page of introduction here. It's a little bit bigger here. See if I can turn it just a little bit. Oh, sorry about that. So yeah, the complete picture collection, a 35-year history, 1951 to 85 Topps baseball cards. So we got a foreword that I'll be reading from Willie Mays, where he gives an introduction into the book, and he had a chance to review the book before it was even published back in the day. Back in 1985, or 86 probably, when this book came out. The next page over, it shows the copyright. So the foreword, I'll be reading that from Willie Mays, and then the introduction and card history by Cy Berger. He's one of the designers of Topps baseball cards back in the early days when he first designed them. And then the text for each of the sets and stuff was written and put in here from Frank Slocum, and I will be the narrator from the book. So I guess you could put my name down here as narrator Donald Blondahl, Hall of Fame veteran, sports cards and collectibles. So without further ado, yeah, over here the copyright for the book shows 1985. So right after they made the 85 cards, it looks like it was, boom, they went to the press and sent this out into production. So we do have 10:30, so I'm going to get going here with what we're going to go over. So when I get to the actual cards from the sets, I'll probably take my phone off the tripod instead of moving the book around, and I'll try and get little closer shots of the cards so that you can see them from the picture book here, so you know what the cards of that day go for. So without further ado, I'm going to get into being the narrator for our Topps baseball card history. So the forward again is by Willie Mays, and he says baseball cards probably. Oh, a little disclaimer here. Ethan Elvis covers and more is here. I am glad you jumped in to the stream there, Ethan. I'm glad I looked at the screen before I went, but this is just cool, and just showed us your package. Oh, okay. I'll look at the stream when I'm done here, Ethan. But I'm glad you jumped on, because a little bit later I'll be doing something special. Of course, I did mention to everybody, so if you do stick around, I will be opening this up. I don't know if you can stay in for the History of Topps baseball card stream or not, but if not, at the end of the stream, you are my only package today that I got from my family mail call. I know it's I got these cards from your auction and stuff, but I don't mind showing different things that I get in for my PC also. So without further ado, I might not pay attention to the chat when I'm going through this narration. I don't want to lose my spot, and I kind of want to move things along as we go through this. So the forward again is by Willie Mays. So baseball cards probably aren't the kind of things most people give much thought to as they go about their daily lives. In fact, although I was exposed to them just about every day of my life since Topps issued their first card of me in 1952, I never gave them much thought either. But a few years ago, I was asked to participate in a baseball card show. And it was there that I came to the realization that these little pieces of cardboard were an integral part of so many people's lives. Yes, literally thousands of people, both young and old, paid their way in and lined up to get autographs of the big league players, past and present, who were invited. These good folks moved in and out among the stalls, checking out the baseball memorabilia and, above all, looking for cards to enhance their collections. And from that, I could see the cards that were being shown. The cards that were being bought and traded were mostly the Topps baseball cards. You see, I was truly familiar with the Topps cards since I appeared on 57 different ones during and after my playing days in the majors. I certainly have seen enough of them. Although I never counted, I must have signed over 1 million of them. The Topps logo is indelibly impressed on me. In another respect, they always reminded me of one of the closest friendships I made in baseball going back to 1951. I was just a raw rookie in the New York Giants clubhouse looking for a friendly face. I found it when Cy Berger came along, and it's been the same for 35 years. These recollections have made me think of what this book of Topps baseball cards is all about. To me, it's nostalgia. Bringing back 23 wonderful years on the playing field of the greatest stadiums in America. I see myself as a 20-year-old boy and as a mature man in his 40s. Each card brings back another great memory of a career that brought me to the Hall of Fame. I'm sure to many of you, it will recall memories of a happy childhood in which baseball cards played a significant role. I never collected these cards as a boy only because I never saw a baseball card or ever heard of such a thing. But once I got to the big leagues and walked through the streets of New York, San Francisco, and other cities, I knew there was a magic in the Topps cards. I could sense the joy of the youngsters as they unwrapped the gum packages to see their new treasures. You may have seen that very boy or girl. If so, this book will mean so much to you. Most of all, the real baseball fan will find in each and every year of Topps cards, as he or she looks at the faces of those fellows who played the game and made the game so great, an account of the game's history. I'm not only a former player, but a fan too. Believe me, I get a thrill each time I walk by the specially framed collection of my Topps baseball cards, which hangs proudly in the entrance of my California home. I was a happy young man when I first saw my picture printed on the Topps card, and I admit I liked my last one too. In the clubhouse, I know how much the players enjoyed seeing themselves on these cards. I remember the young players beaming proudly when they saw their faces on the rookie cards that Topps published, and how they looked forward to the day when they would be featured all by themselves on their own card. Such fond memories from looking at an advanced copy of the marvelous collection. I'm sure you are lucky enough to own this book and will find it will bring back many memories of happy moments, as well as the material and information of us baseball fans and what we relish in the collecting of the cards. And it's signed, of course, by Willie Mays. It's just a facsimile of his signature in here. So they do have some acknowledgments on an acknowledgement page here. Thanks are due to the following for their help in bringing this book to publication: Arthur T. Shuren, chairman of Topps Chewing Gum Incorporated; Joel J. Shuren, president of Topps Chewing Gum Incorporated; Cy Berger, the vice president; Bill Hunguk, Renata Glasgow Incorporated; Bill Harper, sports card editor, Topps Chewing Gum Incorporated; Red Foley, a baseball writer back in the day; the Sporting News official baseball guides and their staff, with special thanks to Jerome Holtzman. Monochrome photos were supplied by courtesy of the National Baseball Library and the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum Incorporated in Cooperstown, New York. So then on this next page here, we do have an introduction by Cy Berger. In our world of high technology, wide spectra of art, literature, and music, complex ideals and philosophies, and highbrows and lowbrows, I have found that the most popular common denominator is sports. And when it comes to sports, more likely than not, baseball is the one sport about which most people have a point of view, and probably a strong one too. I think it was with this in mind that Maxime Berger and Keith Ashfield set out on this massive project of putting this book together. As I thumbed through the pages of reproductions of the colorful Topps cards starting from 1951 through the most recent series, I know that both the appetites and curiosity of the baseball aficionado and ardent baseball picture card collector, the sports fan, as well as Mr. Average American, will be well served and satisfied. To me, this collection serves as a reminder of countless happy moments among the guys whose names have filled sports pages over the past 30-plus years. It's a parade of stars before my eyes, with each and every page recalling an anecdote, a conversation, something that became part of my life. Yes, I was there when the first Topps baseball card was conceived in 1950 and marketed in 1951. In fact, I remember well my visit to Philadelphia to discuss the Connie Mack all-time all-star team that was part of the 51 series with Mr. Arthur Ellers, when general manager of the Philadelphia A's. I was there when the decision was made to depart from the small card being published by Bowman Gum and utilize a giant size card in the 1952 Topps series. In fact, with the help of the late Woody Gelman, I designed the 1952 card incorporating the team logo, the signature, the statistics. This was the prototype of the modern-day baseball picture card. Over the years, I have been a vital part of each and every Topps baseball series, and I must confess I am proud of what we have achieved. I feel we have given young America a wholesome interest. We have satisfied the desires of those who are prone to collect, and for the nostalgia buff, we have made something that he can reflect on. I sincerely hope that you will find in this book the joy and pleasure that I have. I know I shall go through it often in the days and years ahead, and I'm sure you will too. And it is signed by Cy Berger. All right. So now for today's installment, as now we've finished the introduction, I won't be reading that every time we open the book. But so each week starting today and then the following week preceding, we'll go through each set of tops, starting with the 1951 set. And the way they've got this book designed and laid out here is first you go into that year's set and they have a write-up. It explains a lot of information about it. It highlights some of the cards that are in the set. And you got to remember back in the day when this was compiled in, of course, 1985. So these are probably the going rates for what these cards were going back in the day back then. And then it does have a little quiz here, which I might incorporate into some type of a trivia to see if people might know. Or if you're familiar with the set, I'll tell you what the card number is in the set. And then maybe you might know who the player is that they're talking about. So I'm just taking a quick look down here. Austin Farmer's in here. Lloyd Abraham's here. Breaks and stuff's on here. So yeah. So just kind of so you know and stuff, as I'm going through my narration portion for the different sets, I probably won't be paying attention to the chat because I do kind of have to hunch a little bit above my phone so I can read what's on the page for the narration for this card set. So without further ado, we're like 22 minutes into the stream. I'm going to go into the narration portion here, and then in the pages following, I'll take my phone off the tripod and probably unplug it from the power source because I do have enough charge on my phone now. And then I'll kind of highlight. I'll pull the phone over. You can probably see my hands pointing. I'll just pull it over and highlight the cards and go through the set on each of the pages briefly like that, so you can kind of see a close-up picture and what the cards look like. So without further ado, I am going to go into the introduction now, and where they talk about each set as they're designed as we go through these years. So again, this will be 1951 through 1985. I do have a secondary book that has the next set after this book was published, but I don't know for sure. I got to do some more research to see if they made any subsequent books after the first revisement to see if there are additional books in this series. But I'll try and research that and see if I can find more coming up, maybe even bringing us up to date. I don't know if Topps continued with that in the book world or not. So in the 1951 Topps set, whether or not baseball is the national pastime and whether or not it is undergoing a growth in international popularity, the truth is that in 1951, more than any year before since Major League Baseball was dominated by its New York teams, there were 3 of them, and the World Series was delayed while 2 of them staged a 3-game playoff to determine which would play the third one in the series. The New York Yankees led both leagues in attendance, both at home and on the road. In the National League, the Brooklyn Dodgers drew the most people both at home and away, and the New York Giants were second in both. What accounted for the popularity? Well, the 3 teams were winning, which was a big plus. In addition, the players on each teams were contributing some outstanding individual accomplishments. The Yankees pitcher Allie Reynolds, which is in the RedBack series, turned in not 1, but 2 no-hit games. In the second one, he was 1 out away when Ted Williams hit a high foul pop, and Yogi Berra, in the RedBack series, dropped it. On the next pitch, Williams hit another high foul pop, and this time, Yogi caught it. It was that kind of year for the Yankees. The most valuable players in their respective leagues were Berra and Dodgers catcher Roy Campanella. The rookies of the year were Gil McDonald of the Yankees and Willie Mays of the Giants. It was the year that the Yankees said hello to an outfielder named Mickey Mantle and goodbye to a legend named Joe DiMaggio. The National League led for victories was shared by 2 23-game winners from the Giants, Sal Maglie and Larry Jansen from the RedBack series. The percentage leader was Preacher Rowe of the Dodgers, who lost only 3 times while winning 22 games, 7 of them against the Cardinals. The National League pennant race, destined to end in the second dead heat in 5 years, didn't begin like that. The Dodgers were in first place almost all of the season. The Giants, on the other hand, had lost 12 of their first 14 games. But under the leadership of Leo DeRocher, the Giants came back and won 37 of their last 44 games and wiped out a Brooklyn lead that reached 13.5 games in August. 2 teams were tied, with each having 2 to play. The Giants in Boston won both handily. The Dodgers in Philadelphia won easily on Saturday, but had to score 3 runs in the 8th inning on Sunday's game to catch up to the Phillies. In the 12th inning, a diving catch by Jackie Robinson kept the Dodgers in the game, and Brooklyn won on a home run by Robinson in the 14th inning. The stage was set for the playoff. The Giants won the first game behind Jim Hearn of the Dodgers, won the second on a shutout by Clem Labine. In the 9th inning, with 1 out, the Giants were trailing 4-2, with 2 men on and Bobby Thompson at the plate. Thompson's home run off Ralph Branca has been called the greatest single moment in baseball history. Despite an outstanding performance by Monty Irvin, who led both clubs in hitting and stole the only 2 bases of the series, the Giants fell to the Yankees in 6 games, with the Yankees left-hander Ed Lopat allowing only 1 earned run in his 2 victories. A microwave relay system made it possible for the entire country to watch the World Series for the first time on television. And on August 11th, a game between the Braves and Dodgers became the first ever televised in color. Everything wasn't done in New York or by players on New York teams. Of course, Stan Musial of the Cardinals led the National League in batting, and Ralph Kiner's 42 home runs gave the Pirate slugger his 6th straight home run title in the American League. Philadelphia's Ferris Fain was the leading hitter, and teammate Gus Zernial was tops in home runs and runs batted in. 20-year-old Braves rookie Chet Nichols was the ERA leader in the National League, while in the American League, the leader was Stan Rogovin, who had been traded to the White Sox by the Dodgers on May 15th. So, information about the card set itself. Topps' first baseball card series was both a picture card and a game. It had 52 cards in the RedBack series and 52 blueback cards. And then they were the sizes were 2 inches by 2 5/8 inches, plus special feature cards that were slightly larger, measuring in size by 2 1/16 by 5 1/4. There were 19 cards, 11 stand-up Connie Mack All-Stars, and 11 stand-up Major League All-Stars. Rather than gum back in this day, they were packed with a caramel candy. Of the 111 players included, 22 are in the Hall of Fame today. The special cards are cataloged at $50 to $100 for the team cards, $65 to $425 for the Connie Mack All-Stars, and $150 to $350 for 8 of the Major League All-Stars, with the cards of Constanti, Roberts, and Stanky listing at $2,500. So remember now, these are back in the day, back in 1985 when this book was published. So undoubtedly, those cards are probably worth a lot more now. And so then here they do have the quiz on the bottom here. I'll give you an example of one of the questions. You'd have to know probably your stats from 1951, where it says on June 24th, July 24th, and August 24th, Gene Woodling hit a 2-run home run in each time off the same picture. Do you know who that pitcher was? And so what they do is they tell you the answer here, but of course you have to turn to the RedBack or the Blueback series, and then you can find card 8, and then you'll know who that pitcher is. So that's pretty cool. So I'm just going to look at the chat just for a second here real quick. Lloyd Abraham's still in here. Austin Farmer. Lefty Luke. Yeah, might do a giveaway early, but it's supposed to be the 31st. It will probably be. Okay. Lloyd Abraham's here. Dearman. So it looks like we still have 9 people in the stream. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn the page. And you will see the RedBack cards. These are the RedBack cards. I'm going to unplug my phone here and show you the cards in a little bit better close-up fashion here. I should have tried this before going live, but I'm pretty sure I can probably do it pretty good here. I'm going to kind of stand up here, and you can see the cards here. I'll do a close-up right here real quick. So you can see here there, you've got Larry or Yogi Berra right there, and you can see underneath of his card you can see the little number that's listed there. So if you're looking for any listing for a number, I don't believe it was printed on the card for these. Of course, all the newer cards, they did it on the back. They don't show the red backs of the cards here. They kind of should have showed a sample maybe, so that we knew what they look like. But then yeah, so I can kind of go through if you want. You could always go back and freeze frame on a certain card if you wanted to. But there's usually like 6 cards right across there. I'll just kind of bring these over here so you can see what these cards looked like back in the day. So I'll just kind of highlight them all for you. You might see some of your favorite players here. Probably a little bit shaky. I wish I had a better way to do it. If somebody can give me some pointers on how to do that, I don't mind taking pointers either on how to do this a little bit better. Maybe in the future. Oh, Austin Farmer, he changed his name back. All right there, Austin. Now I can just call you the collector formerly known as Austin. Now he took Austin Farmer back. Nothing wrong with that. I like that. Just like mine, Donald Blondahl. I'm going to stick with Donald Blondahl for as long as I got the channel. Don't worry, I'm not going nowhere. Alright, so we're up to 31. Remember, this is going to be a lot easier than when I get into the bigger sets. But, hey, Sportsline, nice for you guys to join in with me here. And then I'll go up to the second page here, number 37. On over, we'll go to 52, and then I will show you the next page, which goes over the Bluebacks. All right, sorry about the. Oh, went over too far. Get on track here, Blondell. I wish I had it on like a little motorized type tripod that could move when I need it to move and go when it needs to go somewhere. So you can kind of see all these players here. It won't be too long. I just got to go over the next set of cards here, Dearman. And then I'll open up the card I got. So now I'm going to... So pretty much you can see right here all 52 cards. Of course, this is the smallest set. Okay. When they first started out in 51, of course... Mickey Mantle is not, I believe, in this set that I'm aware of. I believe his first card. And then the fronts of these cards look the same. I'm thinking just the backs were red and then the backs were blue on these because they are called RedBacks and Bluebacks. But we will go through this one. It looks like Eddie Yost is the first one in this set. And you do have different ones. Richie Ashburn, Henry Majeski. But I'll go through each of these cards too so you can see both the red and the blue backs in this set. Alright. I'll kind of pan through these and then we'll close up Topps Baseball History 1951 set. Let's see, did I do this real? Can't remember now. Don't want to miss any of the cards. You might say, oh, you missed a whole row. 18. So you can kind of see the cards if you want. If I go slow enough, you could probably freeze frame or go back if you did want to see a specific information and read about it. Might have it close enough to where you could probably read the information that they put on the front of the cards. Alright, just trying to hold it as steady as I can when I go through these. I know it's probably an odd type way to do this, but it's the only way I could kind of think of doing it. Sorry you get a little dizzy when I go up to the next page. Try and make it less bumpy as much as I can. Only 2 more rows, 43 through 52 coming up. But look at those eyes on that. Look like he's staring at you. Alright, 4 more cards to go. And you see how they have them like box, hit by the pitcher, outs, singles, doubles, triples. Sam Chapman ends it there. So there you go, guys. And gals. Sorry, can't just say guys. We got gals that come in the stream. Let me get this back on my tripod real quick here. Alright. So there we go, guys. That gives you a preview of the first year of Topps baseball cards, the first official year with the RedBacks and the Bluebacks. I'll go ahead and close this up here. I'm going to move this heavy book out of the way. Put my little name display here. This is portable. I kind of made this so I can move it, shift it around. Okay, so without further ado, to go ahead and wrap up this video here, looks like we are at, trying to see my counter. Of course, it's got to be in there. I'll put my hand there. I couldn't see. It's in red. My timer is, and so I'm going to open up this package from Ethan Lamb. Ethan, Elvis covers and more. I don't know if Ethan's still here in the stream or not. I know he was earlier, but I know he probably just jumped in for a little bit. That is fine with me. But I'm going to open up his package, and I'll look at his video. Try and do it before I go to my appointment here. So, see if I can save this to reuse the bag. Yes, never mind. I try to repurpose things when I can, but when they're well packaged, it makes it a little bit more difficult. So cool. Oh my word, he sent me in. I did get an Ichiro. Oh, sorry about that. So I did get an Ichiro from Ethan here. Looks like I know I didn't bid on that many cards, so he threw in some extra cards that I do PC and collect. Okay, and he did package it really well. Taped up really good here. Oh my word. Oh, there we go. Oh, the tape was way down there. There we go. All right. So let's see what I got from Ethan. All right. So we got an Ichiro Alan Genter 2019 card. That is cool. I like that one. Felix Hernandez. Oh, I'll get these in penny sleeves. Put these in penny sleeves. Felix Hernandez. There we go. All right. Oh, he sent me some Seattle cards. That's what he sent me. That is cool. I like that. Logan Gilbert. All right. Bowman Platinum. Bowman Platinum. All right. A Bowman first card for Noel V. Marte. All right. One of the new players. I'm pretty sure this is this year, 2019, right? It's one of our prospects, I think. I think they've had him on once. Mike Zunino. Fortunately, he was traded away. Mike Z. All right. I think I got a couple cards in here. Yeah. We got Mike Zunino. Oh, wow. He sent me an... And I think this is one I bid on. Ichiro, 150 out of 199. I like that one. I like that one. Triple take. One of only 4 players to amass at least 3,000 hits and 500 steals with fewer than 1,100 strikeouts. And 2 slap and dash hitter with elite barrel control plus speed and howitzer arm. Yes, he had a fast throwing arm. And number 3, grew up competing in water polo as well as baseball. Interesting facts about Ichiro there. So that's some Seattle Mariner cards there. And then I bid on these 2 here. This was a relic card for Mike Trout, game used relic for my 1984 2019 Topps PC that I'm working on. I do have the complete set of Topps baseball cards, but I don't know if that includes all the insert cards. I know it won't include relics, it's just the common cards. And then along with this, I got this other Mike Trout most valuable player card. All right, cool. I do like these, but this is the one I wanted out of his bidding when I had a chance. He said he had. I probably went up higher than I should have initially on the bidding, but it was worth it to me to get this card in my Topps 84 2019 PC set that I'm working on. So that is really cool card. Thank you, Ethan. So shout out to Ethan, Elvis Covers and More. I know he said, I think this was his last video last night that he did. He did another bidding, but I couldn't bid on anything yesterday. I had to move on. There he is. Glad you enjoyed, Donald. Thanks again. I received your package today. Okay, we'll make a video tonight or tomorrow. Oh, no problem. And again, just if you can, guys, remember Ethan, Elvis Covers and More. When he heads off, he's going to be heading back to college here soon. His summer break is off for break between the semesters and stuff. He's going back to school. Keep him in your prayers as he studies. Kind of like the same with Cody Martin. Cody, you're in school too, aren't you? I think Cody's still here with us. Yeah, Chris and Austin. Yep, no problem there, Ethan. Do appreciate these cards, especially this one here. That's the one I wanted. When I'm got a couple more orders coming in where I got some more of the Topps 84 cards. When I do get more of that in, I will share on the channel what I have in my 2019 1984 Topps set. I do have a complete set of Topps 1984, the original series. So I do have a Don Mattingly rookie that's in that set. So that is cool. So yeah, so I'm going to be working on this set right here, trying to get all the ones from 2019. So without further ado, unless there's something else somebody wants to chat with me about real quick before I do sign off, let me see if I can set these up here without letting them drop. There we go.